My two guests today are both comedians from Seattle. One is black and one is white. I'm excited to welcome Greg Beachler and Quinn Fitzgerald.
That's the best introduction I've ever had. Like, Seattle black guy.
Just straightforward, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to bring these down a little bit.
I think I'm not a Seattle comic, though.
You're like, you're federal way now, right?
Yeah, I'm saying more start in Spokane, more of a Tacoma area comic. I work in Seattle, but yeah. I guess I wouldn't be officially in a Seattle comic, but, you know, I get down with y'all.
Sure, yeah. I've definitely seen more in Tacoma.
Manage this for a second. I'm going to just move these soundboards so there's less echo. Hold
okay.
on. Keep going. Yeah.
All right.
We're not stopping the podcast.
No, Adam.
Edit this out. Keep going, Quinn. You've done this.
Adam's going to move around some his shady soundboards that have cock-blocked him a lot, I've heard.
Yeah, he's having a problem. Like
he's having a problem because apparently he keeps them in this room all the time.
Yeah, she's like, why is it so sound dampening? This is creepy.
Yeah, you should show the sound dampening boards on the camera or something. You have some prop comedy going on.
Definitely, this is definitely a young guy's apartment.
Just because it's not a lot of stuff or
no stuff. There's 4 sports, posters framed.
There's all of these posters I've gotten from when my family sold their house.
Oh, really?
And they just they're like, hey, we're going to sell these or you can have them. So all this memorabilia isn't mine. And if I didn't have it though, I would have no pictures. It was.
Well, don't you have a picture of it's like Photoshop pictures of you somewhere? Like 5 pictures of you Photoshopped over like a wave or something like that?
You're the one that's super loud.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I do get loud sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'll show you the 5 faces of Adam.
Okay.
It's called the 5 faces of
It's
Adam.
got a title.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I turned Greg down actually.
Oh man, I'm number 1.
Keep talking.
I'm number 1.
Number 2, too. Got it. We're gonna cut all this, right?
Testing
Good.
live.
Good. Don't edit this out either. This is fine. This helps the podcast. The sound adjustments.
Yeah, Henry, leave this in, Henry. It's the producer.
How long has it been since you've been on?
It's been a bit. I think it was probably, I don't know, probably like 6 months, something like that. Maybe not that long.
We did the one in the car together.
There's the car pod on the way to TCC. We both got bumped, and then we drove back.
And then we had the discussion about nicknames. And
yeah. And then Lil Q, which is a nickname that has been Adam's really been getting that one going. Really trying to get that one to catch on.
I mean, I kind of gave up. It's been dying a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But what do you think of the nickname Lil Q for Quinn?
Little Q? No. For what? Who's Big Q, man?
Quentin.
So you're Little Q?
Both are self-proclaimed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Quinn,
that's true.
And Quinn actually took Quentin Jones, who hasn't been on, but he reminds me that every time I see him, that he hasn't been on the podcast yet.
Don't appreciate you bringing up another black dude while I'm here.
But he as soon as Quinn started, and there was a running joke of him being Lil Q. I legit got messages from Quentin Jones. He's like, I'm the Q in Seattle.
He approached me about it. He's like, I'm the only Q in Seattle.
So funny.
He was very upset about it.
Well, he was talking about himself. He hasn't been on the pod, so people listening, he will be. But he's funny comic, good dude from Seattle, and he talks about himself in the third person.
Yeah,
regularly.
I've never noticed that.
Quentin Jones would do well here.
I would have said something to him word. Quentin Jones, what about you, dog? Who's this other Quentin guy you're talking about? Come on, bro.
Do you ever talk in the third person?
No, man.
Dude, that'd be great if you start talking in the third person.
I should, though. Greg Beachler's here.
Yeah. He's about to kill this podcast.
Yeah, you got to have the hat on when you do it, though. You need a cap or something.
Obviously,
dude,
man.
You have the same thing Luke had with the super gappy with those headphones. He you got so much space,
so much skin.
If it goes pull the headphones up a little bit. Luke's was terrible. You can now look at Quinn directly. You can see the amount of space right here, the gaps.
Oh yeah. Oh, with the hair and everything.
I'm not explaining this to you anymore.
It's very confusing what you're saying. You just start saying.
I also see you
gap.
have like a gap in your headphones. I'm like, do you not have a headphone gap?
Quinn, well, I definitely do too, but Luke like brought it up, and then once I've seen it, you can't unsee it. Like,
gotcha. All right.
But one quick thing, we're at the 5-minute mark, and that's a good time to remind the audience. If you are watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe button, or notifications bell, and throw a comment in for either myself or either of the guests today. Doing that helps us with the algorithm on YouTube. And big shout out to I don't know who runs the page. I think it's Nick Lindsay from Tacoma, but he does the Around Seattle social media on Twitter and Facebook. He's been like pushing out a bunch of stuff, not just for me in the pod, but like other people in shows locally. So shout out to that guy. If it's not Nick, you do not deserve credit for that. And I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah, well,
you got a show coming up, right?
I do. Show at Tony V's Garage in Everett here on April 7th. We got a couple comics doing 15. Then we got Josh Firestein. He's closing it out. Headliner out of Tacoma.
This should drop on April 4th.
Oh, great.
So
yeah.
If you're in the area, fucking come out Thursday night, April 7th at Tony V's. Where can people find ticket info?
It's on Eventbrite. It's called Comedy Garage Showcase. I think it says featuring Josh Firestein. And yeah, go there or go to the Facebook page for Comedy Garage, and it'll have a link there. And
does that have the info for our weekly show too?
It does. Yeah, it has the info for our weekly show, which is a Mike with a big. We get a featured comic at the end. Just gonna close it out. And,
Greg just did it recently.
I did. It was got a good recording from that. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, got my
dude.
Scooby Doo bit going well. Super
man.
stoked about that.
Do you do an impression?
No, I just talk about how ridiculous the the idea of it legally is. Like, how would that work on the prosecuting side? Like, yeah, you broke into this house, no warrant. You know what I mean? You're not a cop. You assaulted this dude on his property. He owned it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just
sure, he's dressed as a ghost
mystery.
pirate, but yeah, like, that's his weirdo deal. That's him.
Yeah, very Wild West kind of thing. Yeah,
very just stupid kids in the backwoods of Alabama fucking around, doing shit they're not supposed to.
Well, if you enjoyed any of that, you should either come to Tony V's on Monday nights for our weekly open mic and showcase, or come on the 7th to check out Quinn's show. He's put in a lot of work on the social media stuff for both. So even if you don't come to that directly, if you can support it and like share it with people, that helps a lot. But let's talk about you a little bit, Greg.
Sure, man.
Like, where did you come up? Are you from Spokane? Like,
no,
did you start comedy in Spokane?
I started comedy in Spokane.
Okay.
Like 8 years ago.
Was Nate doing it then? Nate Jackson?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was, but not in Spokane.
That's where he started, though.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He started way before me. Probably years. Like Harry J. Riley.
Yep.
Those old school Spokane days with Don Parkins and shit. Yeah, I started in 2014. So
what was the scene like in Spokane? Like,
2014. There was one D-list club, honestly. It's called Uncle D's.
I've heard of this.
Comedy Underground, but it was like in the attic.
Oh, really?
Spot, so it was real weird. The guy was like an old school, like Las Vegas card shark or player, dealer.
Yeah.
That just got good at bantering with people and started doing comedy in the 80s, but very hacky, very old school Italian, sexually assaulty type guy.
Yeah.
So he was the guy in Spokane. And when I started, we just started doing like our own rooms, kind of like, these comics do around today, like the parlor trick guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were kind of like that. Spokane, started our own little shows, and eventually the club came in and just kind of shut down Uncle D's and all the other little stuff. And now, like, the club's the scene
Spokane
pretty much.
Comedy Club. Yeah.
A couple of open mics here and there, but
dude, last night, you mentioned Parlor Tricks. They did a house party show.
I wanted to go to that so bad.
You didn't? I thought you were on the list.
They asked me to. I was doing a show in Whidbey Island, which was it was in a winery, and everyone was like 60 plus, and it was a very strange show. But
who was that with?
That was with Philip Kopczynski was closing it out.
Okay.
And it was a fun, like they were cool.
You guys are like buddy Philip.
Yeah, man. Me and Phil used to write with Phil all the time. Whenever he's over here, I try to hang out with him. Phil's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
he's great. He murdered too. We killed
Yeah, he's very energetic, very weird dude. I like Phil's style a lot. But what I like also about Phil is like if he's bombing, he'll just keep that same energy. He don't give a fuck. He just keeps going. He's just one of those guys.
Powers through.
Yeah, powers through. Doesn't matter. If he has a new bid, he's gonna fully commit to it. Yeah, I always respected him as a comic.
What did what was that show?
Simon booked me on it a few months ago, Simon Kaufman. And he has a lot of rooms around the state.
But
and,
I mean, the details that you just gave me are very interesting.
Just really all the details there are. Literally, so we showed up and we were like, we're doing a show. And they were like, oh, yeah. And we just like set up some speakers and stuff. And I guess the tickets had already been sold and people just showed up. But
it was all like 60.
Yeah, it was it was in Whidbey Island, like a retirement spot. Basically.
Was it like a pizza place too? Was there like
no? It was like a legit winery. It was like very fancy and like
there wasn't like two sides to it. There was a more of a performance like big couches.
No, it was just a winery.
Yeah.
How did it go?
It went okay. Like it was they were a little tight about like anything that was like too dark, but everything else they were cool otherwise.
So they hated your whole set then. Like
they pulled back on my closer, and then I had to do like another joke. So that was new, but they were great otherwise.
Okay.
So.
And fuck, I wish you had been at the Parlor Trick show.
It looked so much fun. I saw pictures of it,
dude. It was like 20 comics each doing 5 minutes each in this person's house.
Yeah,
and they were just like, it was all those people. Like if you went to college parties or fucking I guess. College would be the only like age appropriate thing to say, but like they were just all like beautiful people at this house, and you're like, this is the party I never got invited to.
Yeah,
and I'm like doing comedy with, and I remember Kane Holloway was there, and Emmett Montgomery were in the walkway, and like all of us were just like, what are we doing here? Like this doesn't. But it was a sick like.
Were they fun though? They're a fun crowd.
I went up immediately after the host because I had another show to go do. And I had a lot of fun, but it was also like you're kind of still starting the show. So
right, yeah.
Reese texted me and he said it popped off at like the 4th person, but it was, that's a fun thing to do, like to do a house party like that. I don't know, maybe it was like 50 people. It's hard to tell.
50 people, just like so 30 guests, 20 comics,
just like
smashed
straight,
together.
like. It was in somebody's living room, essentially.
Yeah,
and
a couple shows like that.
Yeah,
they're pretty fun. Did a Thanksgiving show at some like rich person's house.
Yeah,
he's had a bunch of people. Probably one of the best sets I had early on in my career. I was like 2 years in.
Was it like for somebody's like party too?
Yeah, they just hired. They wanted some comics, so we got.
Was it like so it wasn't somebody's birthday?
It was actually a post Thanksgiving show. It was like a friend's Thanksgiving comedy show. They threw out. It's pretty dope.
It's always weird for those like birthday show type shows because you feel like you're doing, it's like a bachelor party almost, like there's one special person in the room that you're doing comedy for, and like you'll do it at some point.
I think I've done a couple. I want to say, I think I did one a bit ago, but I like the vibe where it's not a space where you normally would have comedy. Is like a fun, but it's like kind of a comfy, everyone's looking at you. That was kind of what the winery was too, as we showed up and like they moved around all the furniture. It was like a bunch of couches and like furnished chairs and stuff.
Didn't I just ask there were a bunch of couches?
There were couches, but you also asked if it was a pizzeria on the other side.
No, I think there was like they ordered. There's like two sides though, because I've done those Simon Kaufman runs.
There was a side, but it was like just more wine. I think.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah, but we ordered pizza there or something. I did it a couple of years ago because he does that Port Orchard like Castle.
I
did that. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Did you take the ferry?
Yeah. We took
so you were just up here last night then, right? Did you take the ferry from right here in Mukilteo?
Yeah. I was just back over here. Yeah, last night.
Yeah. How was the ferry?
It was fine.
Yeah, I haven't been on one for a while. I like the ferry.
It's same as always. I don't know.
I have a weird affection for the ferries.
I got some Ritz crackers from the vending machine. That was kind of the high point.
Did you drive onto it though?
Yeah,
Or-
we
okay.
drove on to it. Me and Craig Stewart, another comic, we both went.
Oh shit, Craig Stewart's still around?
Oh yeah,
He's up
man,
here?
he's
That's what's up,
popping
man.
off.
He comes through Tony V's.
Yeah.
I like Craig a lot, man. He's a
This
he's
is the
great.
episode where we just talk
shout
about
out like people
that-
we like. Yeah, I'm not interesting enough.
anybody.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Let's go back to Spokane though. See, it's kind of a strange place to start because it's like an island almost in terms of comedy. Like, how did you come up,
Not like
Like-
come up.
or how did you like get better?
How to get better? I just did every show I could. You know, when you're young, like when you first start doing comedy and you get that bug, you just start. You know, I'll do a guest spot here for free, like 2 hours away or whatever. I did
Right.
stuff like that. I would come over to the West Side whenever I could.
Yeah,
Post on the board like, hey, you know, can I jump on some shows? I would go do free stuff, kind of ingratiate myself over here and kind of get people to know me.
yeah.
A couple of friends moved out from Spokane over here, so I had like a jumping pad when I got there. So yeah,
Who like anybody that's still doing comedy?
yeah, we're not really friends anymore. The one guy, but
Oh.
yeah,
What
he just
happened?
kinda-
Name him.
what happened? I don't know, man. He just got too into Adderall, you know, and
That's a weird thing to get into.
yeah, just got too into Adderall, and he just I don't know, just became like a really weird, only use you for if he could use you type guy. And I'm
Okay.
not that dude, so we just stopped hanging out.
I can think of a couple names.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you say it right, I'll say yes or no, but I'm not gonna name
do
the
that
guy.
on the pod. Go for it.
Go for it. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it a Jesse Warren, bro?
No, it's not Jesse Warren.
Not
What?
Jesse Warren.
he's
Okay.
not from Spokane.
No,
He's not
he
from
like- he
Spokane.
likes
I
Adderall,
don't have
bro.
any problems though. I didn't know he even liked that. Why are you exposing? Cut that out.
Yeah.
He said it did
Cut
in the
that out.
podcast. He did a podcast
Oh,
with
yeah,
him. We
he
talked
did,
about
yeah.
it.
He did? Okay, never mind. As long
Well,
as it's
that
out
would have
there.
been around the same
Listen
timeline
back,
too,
guys.
Damn, that I didn't know you listened to that one.
I think, I was. I think I was doing an interview with Jesse on a podcast I did a while ago, and I was like trying to listen on like what he had already talked about, and so I listened to it.
It's so funny. One of my buddies listened to that episode and he was texting me while he was listening. He's like, "This fucking dude sucks." It's like-
This fucking dude sucks.
it's like, he's my friend. Both of them are friends, but it was funny to just get that. I don't know. Like, I don't know about you guys, but hanging out with like my friends outside of comedy always like helps me take me back to before comedy and shit. And sometimes it's like, I wouldn't hang out with any of these people if we didn't have this thing.
Yeah, if we
in
didn't have
common.
years of established bonds already, I would never talk to you. Like, I get that.
You're 10 years younger than me. We have no
Yeah.
real reason to why we're friends, but we are. Like, we
True.
talk on the phone.
10 years. Whoa. How old are you, man?
I'm 22.
Jesus. So you're
Isn't that
32,
fucking crazy?
and I'm 39.
You're 39?
Yeah.
God
Old as
damn.
fuck, dude. It's
The
old
camera's
for me.
making you look good, though.
I know, man. That's a good camera. Shout them out. So
It's
people buy.
It's Sony, I think, right?
AX something I don't want to say in case somebody's trying to break into my apartment.
Just say Sony. Like people
Yeah.
don't know the
Yeah.
different.
Sony. I was looking at the wrong camera for that.
Oh,
I always do that too. I'm not good with cameras yet, so I'm like, it's gonna take like 50 more episodes to like get that down.
look at the one that you're on the screen for.
Yeah, I know, but I always
Okay.
look at the screen rather than the left.
Oh, yeah, I do that too. Actually,
It's a
yeah.
good reminder right now. If you want this exclusive video content,
on
go to YouTube
Go to YouTube.
and subscribe to Fathom and
Yeah,
Friends.
smash that subscribe button, guys.
Doing it helps us with the algorithm,
You gotta, yeah, it does.
so that new people find us on the Discover page.
Interesting, man. All right. I want to
Okay.
jump back to the
Spokane stuff.
not Spokane stuff because Spokane is what it is. It's not that no one gives a shit.
You don't think it's that interesting, Spokane?
It's not really. It's not.
What do you want to talk about? I always go for people's like starting comedy, but like,
Oh, starting comedy.
I don't
I
know.
can talk about it. I mean,
if
I
you don't
just-
think it's that interesting, that's fine.
I just don't have a lot of self-esteem. Like I think I'm a boring, like just individual overall, so I don't post a lot of shit. But
You surprised me though. We did a show up here at the Everett Theater, and we were talking. There were like girls. It was we can say it like Jose Bolaño's show, and he attracts like a certain younger audience, and like there were pretty girls there. And I was looking at them, and
Excuse me.
I asked Greg. God damn it! I asked Greg if like he was gonna talk to one of these girls, and immediately he's like, "No, fuck that." And I'm like, why? And he goes, "My dick's too big for them. They couldn't handle it." And I've never heard anybody tell me that before. Like, and
That's
it was
great.
so earnest too. Like,
oh man, we're gonna go there. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, I
facts,
mean,
man.
we're
Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes you just look, you're like, nah, this is. I can already tell some a lot of like, ouch, this is slowed. Like, nah, I'm
Is
good.
that a legitimate problem though?
Yeah, man.
That's a
Like
pretty
everybody
great
wants
problem,
a.
though, right? I
Everyone,
mean,
no.
You don't think
Everybody
so?
wants a huge penis, but it's not really that great. If I could take like an inch and a half off, I'd probably be cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I'd never heard that. Like it was like shocking to me.
Yeah.
You don't have that issue, do you?
I do not have that issue. No,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
either.
cool. I'm good.
All right, man. I'm glad that was like a hard stop. Like, okay, well, I
I
feel
thought
bad.
that was
I'm
going to be
envious.
fodder for a couple
sure.
minutes. At
No, I
least.
mean fodder.
You could post that on your Instagram. You
Yeah.
can post about that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't. You don't want a big dick, guys.
Yeah,
Let me
you-
give you a PSA.
You just post pictures of girls and be like, I
Yeah.
couldn't.
There's all kinds of problems with it, dude. You ever?
Yeah.
Some girl might be listening to this right now, and she's in the market for that big dick.
Yeah. No, I
And
didn't
you're
say
gonna
there
get a
weren't
DM.
women in the market for it. I just knew that the ones that were with Jose weren't those.
Yeah.
They were like what 5'3", 100
Oh,
pounds,
wow.
maybe. They're like, yeah,
They're tiny
Yeah.
people.
just too
What?
small, bro.
Who's in the market for it that can? Like, how can you tell that?
Like a big lady.
How can I tell? I can't really tell, man. You'll just know when like it happens. But
Yeah.
I try to go for, I don't know, I look for certain things, hips, just whatever. And I was like, you look like,
You can handle it.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then you gotta be cool enough for them to even want to sleep with you. It's a whole thing. So yeah, it's like rare that I get someone that I'm like really compatible with, and if I do, I kind of just stick with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to pry too much on your personal shit.
Yeah, go ahead,
Just
pry
ask him
away.
about how
Well-
big his dick is.
Well, yeah, that was a little straightforward.
I'm not putting the number on it, but
Are you have kids though, right? Like you're
yeah, I have
okay.
two
Are you
sons
not-
and a stepson.
You're not married anymore though?
No, I was
Or-
married for like 3 years, but I was with her for 7.
Okay.
And yeah.
She could handle it.
Yeah, I guess. But she had other issues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, nah, I'm not gonna get, she just
Yeah.
had like some mental health problems. For sure. I don't want to like downgrade those out. And she wasn't like doing anything to help those out for a long time. So it got interesting living with her,
Yeah.
Tried almost stabbed a few times, run over by
Really?
a truck.
Oh.
Oh yeah, dude. She was very, very interesting, dude.
Wild.
Interesting cat.
What the fuck?
You're pretty interesting. You said you weren't that interested. You're like my dick's too big. She's trying to stab me.
Yeah. Depends on where you want to go. I don't know.
I mean, I have fucking holes punched in my bedroom door right now
Ooh.
from an ex that I'm not gonna say who it is, but yeah, like I still haven't gotten those fixed. So like it can get a little wild. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what happened with your ex? Why she punching holes in the door? You had someone else in there or what?
Fuck. I don't even know if I've talked about this on here. Like I've mentioned it. I think when you get in one of those situations, like context just like it changes and shit. Like everything's like layered and like what has happened that led to that. And so like when you just say, hey, this event occurred, it doesn't really capture all that went into it or whatever.
Sure. All right.
There was like a history of us fighting and it was like late at night and I fucking had to work early in the morning. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going in that room. I'm going to sleep because my shit was out here and it bothered her a lot. Like she had come over to like, for us to sleep in the same place. And like, I don't know, I've been with several people where it's like, they don't like sleeping alone and all that shit.
Okay.
And it was sort of like, hey, I don't want to go to sleep on a fight either. And so I went into that room and it was like, are you really fucking doing this? And I was like, just leave me alone. Like, I want to go to sleep. And in rage, she hit the door like as closing it. So it wasn't that bad, but I woke up the next day and I was like, the fucking door is broken. And like,
Okay. I thought she was like punching her like
Yeah.
no, it could have been much
Gatling gun
worse.
from Luffy, just holes all over the door.
I don't know
yeah.
if I've had one
Like
of
a
those.
cartoon.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
I could tell you some stories of explosive bullshit, man. If you're like,
Yeah,
all
mine was very well scripted. I felt like I did a
For
good
sure.
job with that.
right.
Yeah, it is a
Thank
good
you.
telling of the story.
Yeah, it was good. It
I
was
did
good.
it with
Yeah.
care.
You did
With care and yeah.
So, like-
Hopefully, it won't come back to my front door having shit punched through.
It very well could.
Nah,
But-
that front door is solid. These apartment doors are garbage, dude.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be fine.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So back in the day, I used to have hair, right? 2006. I might be able to pull up or send you a video or a
What
picture
were
you
you
can post.
rocking?
I just had a fro, right? In 2006. I had an afro. And I didn't want this afro. But my girlfriend at the time, ex-wife, she's like, nah, I don't want you to cut it. You look like a pretty boy. Because I used to, get the fades and shit every 2 weeks. So I grew it out for her. And I just hated it. I was like, yo, I need to get this braided or something, right? It's just always in the way. So she's like, I'll braid it. She tries to braid it. Can't braid. Braids fall out immediately, right? Yeah. So it's going on like this for months. I'm like, look, I'm going to either get this cut or I need to get it braided. And if you can't do it, I got friends, they can do it. And she's like, whatever. Go fucking get your hair braided. I don't care, right? So that's what I did. Hit my friend Danielle up. Go to her house. She braids my hair. It looks good. I got a hat on. See my ex-wife that night to pick her up from work. She doesn't say anything. Next day, morning I wake up. I'm in the kitchen drinking coffee. And she goes, who the fuck braids your hair? Oh, fuck. I was like, my friend Danielle. She's like, so you were between some other bitch's legs last night getting your hair braided. Yeah, what? Were you fucking about? She just goes on this whole thing. She throws a cup of coffee at me. She can't throw, so it just goes over here. I'm just looking at her. She starts grabbing my hair, trying to pull it out, pull the braids out. She's smacking me. Talking about she was pregnant with my son. She's like, oh, you're a fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna get an abortion. It was 2 hours of her just screaming at the top of her lungs, trying to calm her down in the bathroom. She's choking me against the door, trying to choke me to death. So I'm just looking at her because she's not that strong or whatever. And I, used to fight. We can get into that. Cage fight. I'm like, Gigi, what are you doing? Had to stop her. I actually had to leave the house for 2 days. I went to my friend's house.
Fuck.
Broke over there. And then she finally calmed down, just saying she had pregnancy hormones. And, that's why she was trying to kill me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just blame the pregnancy.
Yeah, but we've had fights like that, I don't know, 50, 60 times in our relationships over just the craziest shit.
Before the pregnancy?
No, before, after, during. Yeah. All that stuff, dude.
Dude, literally everything I just said, I feel like such a douchebag now. Compared to, I was
yeah.
Mine was 1/1000th of your situation.
Yeah, dude. I stood behind a pole once. Seriously, because she was in our Suburban and she was not letting me. She was wanting to run me over.
Fuck.
Because I
what
bought
were
a
you doing? Though?
No, I bought a computer from a friend and he didn't clear all his history and shit.
Oh man.
And there was a porn on it and she said she just thought I downloaded it.
What kind of porn was it?
What was it? Probably old casting couch shit.
Yeah, very generic kind of.
Yeah. Maybe when it was first
basically
popping
looks
off.
like this room right now.
Yeah, basically.
It does look like a casting couch type of place.
You could easily rent this out for casting couch purposes. Yeah. But it's one of those, I guess, she's like, what? That was a whole fight, dude. That was nuts, man. Yeah.
That's fucking bad, man.
Yeah. Dude.
It's a pretty cool story, though.
Yeah. She had a couple felonies, bro, because the boyfriend before me used to, do home invasions and shit. Take the stolen property back to her place, so she got caught up in that. So we had 2 felonies. It was hard for us to, find places to live. We were together. It was all slumlord shit. It was terrible. Dude.
Why were you with her?
Because I had terrible self-esteem, man. My childhood wasn't great. So, I've been through therapy since her.
You just got to put up with it though at the time.
He's fucking not interesting.
Yeah.
He's not a very interesting
For
guy.
sure.
Are you talking about me or are you talking? Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He started the fucking conversation by saying.
Yeah, man. So just a lot of stuff, a lot of violent, not violence, but I used to fight box, any kind of combat shit, wrestling, taekwondo.
Yeah.
Started cage fighting for a while, did that shit, and then
just
too many injuries.
Name this episode "Not an Interesting Guy" with Greg Beachler.
For sure. Yeah, too many injuries, so I stopped doing that eventually, and then I had nothing to do.
What was your name in cage fighting?
Just Greg Beachler. I was just
you didn't have
No, I wasn't just the big dick hammer or whatever you wanted to call me. It's oh man, his cup size was too intimidating for guys.
That would have been great, yeah.
No, that would have been dope. But it wasn't anything like that.
Headphone gap, there's a lot.
Yeah, don't worry about my headphone gap. Worry about this cup gap. There is none. If anything, it's pushing through the holes.
If you want to see the headphone gap, come check out the YouTube, guys.
It helps us on the algorithm.
I like how you both took a drink right there.
Yeah, we just
after that's
it's
awesome.
coordinated.
It's for the YouTube.
Yeah. So
so what? How did this end up? So you guys are fighting like that, all that shit. Where did it end up landing?
I filed for divorce eventually. We were in some slumlord place, right? And shittiest house I've ever lived in my life, man. A house, one of the windows would just fall out unless we had tape on it or something propped against it. Back door was a sliding glass door, but like no locking mechanism at all. So we had to put like a bar down.
This is in Spokane?
Yeah, it's Spokane.
It's not
Front
a great
door
place
didn't
for
lock.
that fucking type of.
Yeah, electrical problems. Like if you plug two things in the same room, it would trip the circuit. So you had to like have like this the TV plugged in this room, vacuum plugged into that room if we're gonna use it. Had a gas heater, like an oil heater. Sorry, but the oil like some mechanism was broke, so it would like burn through the oil real quick. And it cost like $300 a month, twice a month to fill it up. Fuck. So we just didn't do that because we were broke. Yeah. So we had like space heaters, but then the electrical was shit. So sometimes they would break, caught on fire a couple of times. It was just like a nightmare place, dude.
How do those space heaters like actually catch on fire?
Oh man,
like, what does that look like?
What does it look like? They just start the elements inside will just start smoking, and then it'll just catch like some metal or plastic on fire inside.
Man. Those things freak me out.
Yeah,
man.
They should. Don't sleep with them on overnight. They do catch fire. I've watched it happen. Like what the?
Dude, that's sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, super sketchy. So we had to get out of there. So we couldn't find anything because she still has these felonies on her record. So we can't like go to an apartment because they do background checks and shit. Right. And if she's on there, they're like, no, she has these 2 felonies for like, an eviction. Cops ran, it was like a whole pretty big deal. So we had to just like take chances with people who would take chances on us, right? And people who do that don't really give a shit. They know like, hey, what are you gonna do? Complain? Where are you gonna go move, right?
Yeah.
So found this place on Craigslist. She did. It was like a pretty nice spot. Met the dude, right? Gave us a tour. Like the rent was crazy, like really good price, like good neighborhood. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. So we meet him. Sign the lease, give him the paper, and he's like, yeah, you can move in this day, right? We didn't get the keys yet, and that day showed up, and I'm calling him like, hey, man, we need these keys, what's up? And he's like, oh, we can't move in right now. Something came back on your background. I'm like, on mine? We told you about, her. Should be fine. He's like, yeah, once that gets cleared up, nothing, don't hear from him. It's like, hey, man, we got to get out of this apartment, like, or this house, like, by Friday,
Yeah.
What's up? And he's not answering. And I was like, wait a second, what's your name, dude? And he's like, oh, my name's Jeff or some shit. He just lies. So finally, we just go to the property. There's 4 other families there waiting to move in because he just fucking scammed a bunch of people.
Oh, fuck.
With a fake lease. He was just renting that place. Put an ad on Craigslist, got a bunch of money, bounced out. Some chick moved from Montana, and she had like a whole U-Haul filled up, gave him $5,000, and she was just stuck with nowhere to go with all her shit in Spokane, 2 states away. So yeah, after that, we had to go stay with her mom. We talked to that person. She let me sign an apartment lease. And then like, it just got worse and worse. I was like, I can't keep living like this, man. You're trying to kill me all the time. You can't live anywhere. You know what I mean? It was rough. It was a rough situation. So I finally just pulled the plug, got my own place. Yeah. Got 50-50 with the kids. And then, it's been good ever since, man.
So how does that work now? Like, are the kids out here half the time?
Yeah, no, she moved out here. She followed me. She's
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I had my kids like 7 days a week for like 2 years, but then they started school in Tacoma, so now I get them like on the weekends again. But yeah they'll probably change because she doesn't like to live with them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that does that fuck with comedy for you much? Like just having kids, or how old are they now?
When I started, they were younger. They were like, it was 8 years ago, but now they're 8 and 13. They can survive by themselves. Like they can cook some ramen and
chill.
Yeah, just chill. They're not gonna do anything. Talk on the phone.
So you're kind of night right there.
Yeah. Some ramen.
Yeah,
I like ramen a lot. I've been eating pretty exclusively.
Let's talk about
that
you
ramen
for a
exclusive
minute.
Body, man.
I do. Yeah.
Let's talk about that body a little bit.
Oh, you were talking about my amazing physique.
I just wanted to, you brought up Craig earlier. Craig Stewart.
Yeah. Craig
you guys
Stewart.
have a bit of a challenge going.
We're supposed to be.
Let's come back. Let's table your stuff about your kids.
No worries.
Let's talk about this weight loss competition.
Yeah.
Put that on. Yeah, it's supposed to be on a weight loss competition with Craig Stewart.
What happened? Because I was literally 2 days ago going through my Instagram, and I came up from a picture of like a year into comedy with me, you, and Mike.
Oh no!
And your face, you look like a different person.
I've heard that a lot.
If you're watching us on YouTube right now, you can see how fat Quinn's face is. And
I got a beard too.
Yeah,
I didn't have
through
that
the
back
beard,
then.
but it's like pushing out over the cheeks.
It's not good. Yeah, but no, I definitely gained weight since the first.
Did you weigh yourself yet?
No, neither of us on a scale. Craig
I got one right here.
Do you?
Can I?
Can we do this on the pod?
Here,
let's do it on the pod.
Let's really put a downer on this
just
second half.
Greg, you keep on the mic, and I'll yell back to you
All right.
what the number is.
All right.
Or actually, no, hold on.
Wait a second. How
can
tall
just-
are you first
can just
off?
stay. I'll bring the scale over here.
Okay. All right.
How tall are you? This is important.
I'm 5'7".
Okay. How much activity do you think you get a day?
Pretty much. I work at a pizza shop, so anything it gets some activity there, and then anything else I don't.
Yeah. But
That's
you
about it.
negate it by eating a lot of pizza. What pizza shop do you work
Absolutely.
at?
Hot Mama's Pizza in
Oh,
Capitol
nice.
Hill.
Nice, dude. How you like that?
Oh, it's great pizza, and it's a cool job. But yeah, it's very, very unhealthy pizza. Adam, your soundboard fell over. Your sound
That
system.
expensive sound system fell
Your
over.
sound
bro.
system fell over.
All right. He's
It's
getting
gonna
it
be
going.
echo.
It's got
All right.
batteries.
All right, guys.
All right.
Let's get this on the books.
Here we go. Hold on. Before you do that, let me try to guess what you weigh.
Okay. Here, hold
All right.
What do you think?
You can guess before.
Okay, 5'7", doesn't look like a lot of muscle mass. I'm gonna say 189.4.
That's probably about right.
Okay, wait. I want to. Let's.
189.4. That's what I'm guessing.
We bet on it.
Want to bet? We could bet, man.
$5.
$5 is cool. I got $5 in my wallet.
Who's closer? Like 180.
Yeah, Price is Right rules. Price is Right rules. If you go over, fuck you. Closest without going over.
This is a real Craig Stewart type
Yeah,
of
okay,
weight.
hold on.
Take your
let me-
shoes off
let-
though.
Yeah, take your shoes off.
Okay, we're trying to be as specific as
I gotta-
possible.
Yeah.
I gotta be on the mic too for this.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
I'm
would
gonna
say get your
guess-
underwear, but we're not doing all that.
All right.
Hold on. I'm gonna go 180. Ah, fuck, you are fat. What'd you do? 189.
189.4. It's a digital scale, so I'll try to be,
It's those elbows that throw me off. Those fat elbows of yours.
I think just the arm kind of moves into it when I.
I'm gonna do
Yeah, no, I know.
186.9.
All right, 186.9 and 189.
189.4.
All right.
Step on it and then step back off quick, just so it's okay.
Now step on again? Or
Yeah.
What? Okay. Oh, no.
Oh fuck. You are so much fatter than I thought. That's
What was it?
193.8.
193.8?
you won.
All right.
Great,
God
great
damn
one.
it.
Within like 4 pounds, right? Yeah, I'm good at guessing weights, dude.
God damn it. Oh, I'm so much fatter than I thought I was. You know what I gotta do, Adam? I've realized this.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't even know how I'm weighing myself.
Whatever. You know what I gotta
You probably
get
weigh
back
about
in-
the same, or I weigh a little bit more than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what was the final number?
It was like 193.8, I think.
Okay, I don't know how much any of the microphones picked that up.
I'm gonna assume that Craig, the guy I'm competing with, is fatter because it makes me feel better if he's fatter.
So
But
how does this competition work? You doing like
we haven't figured
body
out.
percentage,
It's-
right? Do you want? I got calipers and all kinds
We
of
haven't thought
stuff.
it
We
through
can
that
measure
hard.
all of it, and
We
we
were-
can get real scientific if you want.
We basically are supposed to do it in January, and then neither of us owned a scale, and so we didn't
so
do
you said
it.
just fucking like I don't
Yeah,
want to
so
eat
we were
better.
like, yeah, we just didn't do it.
It's like
So, we keep
I didn't
pushing
have
it off.
$23 for a scale, so screw it all.
Yeah,
man.
we
We're done.
basically that was pretty much it.
That's hilarious. Man.
Yeah. So, but you know what I've probably got to start doing is eating more beans again. I like how beans make me feel. Adam is mad because I have uncontrollable gas sometimes. Especially, I've started to develop this tick where right before I go on stage, I have uncontrollable gas. I don't know why, but then Adam will often be there if we're like at Tony V's. And was it smell? Yeah. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
sorry. Can you smell it? I'm not a glamorous person.
I can tell. I don't even know what kind of shoes those are, dude.
These are Brooks.
You have Brooks running shoes on that you just rocking?
Yeah.
He just walks in them.
Yeah.
That's an offense to Brooks. Like those are expensive, tailored running shoes, and you're
Yeah.
like, nah.
They're old.
I'm against all that. Fuck
We're old
that.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You're supposed to have sweaty feet in Brooks. That's what they're for.
Okay, so what's the challenge though?
Oh yeah, we really it's supposed to be whoever loses the most, I guess. I don't know if it's body mass or not. We really didn't talk it out that much. But whoever loses the most weight is supposed to pay the other one $100. But then neither of us will buy a scale, and so I only just now. That's the first time I weighed myself in like 3 years or something like that.
So it's $100,
Yeah, it's supposed to be $100.
dude. You had to have been like 140 to 150 when you started comedy.
No,
You're saying he gained 43
What was
pounds.
when
Okay,
you
it wasn't
weighed
that-
yourself
well, it wasn't
the
that
last
low.
time? How much did you weigh?
Actually, no, I probably weighed myself during the pandemic when I was like just inside, and that was probably around like 170 or so. So
Yeah.
Okay, but before that though.
before that, well, I was let's see, when I was starting comedy, I think it was like I might have been like 150 something. Maybe I was probably like 160 something then.
So you've gained close to 40 pounds of fat.
Close to 40 pounds. Yeah, a little.
fat.
There's a little bit of muscle. I think a little.
I don't think so.
I think it's a
You just
little
have
bit.
fat elbows. Show
What
the
have you
camera
done to
your
get
elbows.
muscle mass? Man?
Yeah, that's I really don't have any. I haven't done shit.
So what have you been doing to make change? Because it doesn't look like any
Is that what this podcast has turned into? Is
Yes.
it just why are you fat, Quinn? Is that the whole podcast now?
And it's
We're gonna name
both of us on each side of you. So it's
Craig
just-
gets to talk about how you almost got stabbed, and then I'm like, yeah, you're fat. Look at
you
his
get to
fat
promote your
elbows.
show.
That's where this is going. All right. Well, yeah.
If you
no,
do enough shows in shady spots, you might get stabbed or almost stabbed.
I haven't been stabbed.
I've seen a
yet,
couple
yeah.
brawls.
I've
in the
definitely
comedy
seen
shows,
a
man.
few fights. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
been stabbed yet though. Luckily, but you know.
I fucking found myself in a conversation last night outside of a show, and it was about Shelby getting punched in the face on stage.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, Chris back.
And it
in the
was
day.
sort of like
Yeah.
the argument being made was he deserved it, and I wasn't there for any of it.
Right.
Like the short version is there was a roast battle that happened at a club. We'll leave fucking names out of it, but
Was it a club? I think you can name the club because it's not.
It wasn't. It was a
around.
cafe. I
It
think.
was like yeah.
oh, I thought it was at a club.
No, it was just some like
Okay.
It's like a local cafe type of thing.
Okay.
Cafe
Well,
Red or some shit. Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
keeping names included.
Yeah.
It was at Cafe Red, apparently. But
Who's
so
hosting
there
that
was a
night?
roast battle, and one comic punched another comic in the face, and I was like, I don't know the whole story of it or whatever, but I found myself in a conversation last night where it came up. I felt like I need to pick a side. I was like, the best thing I can say with that is like, just take it outside. Like, go if you want to fight, like just don't do it on the stage. It's like basketball or whatever. Like you don't fight on the court. Like finish the game and then beat the shit out of the guy. Like it doesn't. I mean, you can push and shove or whatever, but have you fought at all after shows?
After shows, no. I don't know if I have something right now, but usually I have like a pair of title gloves that I keep in my car
Okay.
in case anybody wants.
What are
like,
those?
a
Like
fade.
the-
They're just boxing gloves.
Just
Real boxing gloves?
real boxing gloves.
Why,
Okay.
why would you want to like pad the punch for
Yeah, I'm
him?
not trying
though,
to
or-
break my hands on someone's face, or you
it's
gotta
for
like
him,
hit him
not
in the
for them.
face. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but if anybody
But is there a
really
situa-
wants it, it's like, all right, man, we can go scrap it out.
if someone tries to get in a fight with you when you're near your car or something?
No, I'll just
Oh,
say
you
like,
say like let's go.
you gotta
outside.
ask him like for real, like
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
gonna. I'll be like, do you really want to go fight? We can just go outside. I got gloves.
Gotcha.
Hey, turn this a little bit so we can get your face back
yeah.
and we
Okay.
fix it.
How is that?
Yeah, man.
That looks better. It's just
All right.
the fatness of your face doesn't show if
Yeah, we need
that
it.
microphone's in front of you.
If this microphone can block my whole face, I don't think I'm that fat. I think that's a good loophole.
The notes I have for this episode are so funny. All I have for Greg is, what have you been up to
What have you
lately?
been up to?
and then I'm trying to get ahead a little bit because I got some like road shows before I go to New York.
Yeah.
And the other is just arguments I've had with Quinn.
Is honestly
No, it
there's-
says Quinn weight loss challenge, show at Tony V's, and then just arguments.
and there's actually a few I'm surprised they're not on that list.
What are the other ones? I'll add them right now.
The gas, the farting.
Oh, that type of gas.
Yeah, that's been a big not fuel. I really don't. I'm actually a lot less passionate about that. And I don't know. That's probably like the big one, I guess.
Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is he was talking to me about doing like multiple sets in one night.
Oh,
Okay.
Like he was all
Oh,
stoked.
yes.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go for the hat trick tonight." I was like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a show here, and I'm gonna do a show here." Right? It was two,
yeah, it's 2 shows. Yeah.
and I was like, "Okay, why is that a hat trick?" And he's like, "It's a hat trick."
How is it a hat trick, dude?
And he's like, it's it's a hat trick. I was like, that's not a hat trick. And
Adam was like, what do you think a hat trick is? And I said, a difficult thing to pull off. And he was like,
he's
no,
like flipping a hat.
Yeah. I thought it was like a trick
nothing
with
to do with
hat.
hockey, huh?
I thought it was like a street performer thing or something. People were doing hat tricks or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's a hockey reference.
It's hilarious, dude.
Joe would never know. Yeah.
And he fought me on it. Like this wasn't, he just summarized it in
Yeah, it was
15 to 20 seconds. We talked about this for 5 minutes, and then it basically ended with, well, I'm going to keep thinking it's just a difficult task. And I was like, all right, man, you're going to sound like a fucking idiot.
Why are 2 shows of one night a difficult task?
They were really far apart. One was it was Tacoma Comedy Club, and then a thing in Seattle. So it was trying to like.
It was a hat trick.
It was a hat trick, and it was getting like the last spot at the thing in Seattle to like just driving just in time to get.
Oh,
it.
guys, it was like a mic thing, or what?
Yeah, it was like a mic thing. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it was like the last spot. I just want to squeeze something in there, and then.
You should talk to Hans Kim about mic hustling if you want to talk to him about hustlers, dude. He's do like every mic a week. He had like a whole like years ago. He put it out. He's like, "Hey, I'm moving away. This is how I do my shows and stuff." Like,
oh yeah,
like this is this far away. You can get here. You can get here. You can like sign up here, do this other spot, come back for this other shit. He was doing hat tricks. I drove to Tacoma to Seattle from Tacoma is not that impressive, man. I was like disgusted that
I'm not saying it's like the most impressive thing that I've ever done. It was just one night where I was like, I wasn't sure if I'd make it in time because I was later on Tacoma, and then Adam calls me and I'm like, you know, I said hat trick
for sure,
and he was like, whoa, you're an idiot.
What's the farthest you've gone to do a show for free?
For free? Oh, you know, I went to Yelm.
Okay.
Yelm, Washington.
That's a fucking drive.
Dude, this fucking, although I was just, Levi Manis was driving the whole time because I couldn't drive yet at that point. And we went to Yelm, Washington to do a show. I won't say the name of the place because of, basically the producer was like, it turned out to be a bar show and I was 20 at the time. And I was like, is that going to be a problem? And then she just never replied.
Hey, you should just shut the fuck up. Then.
Yeah. So I show up and then she comes up to me and she's like, don't talk to the bar. Don't talk to anyone who works here. You're going to go up first. Then you're going to go wait outside. Basically like, and also like, don't mention your age. That was the other thing. And so I do my spot. It was a place that held like 100 people and there were, I think 4 and there was no host. So I did a cold open and then they said, and you're going to bring up the next comic. And so I'm like, coming up next, Levi Manis. And she was recording on this iPad. And she's like, whoa, I forgot to hit record again. Do the intro one more time. And so I had to be like, same energy. Here's Levi Manis.
For the 4 people that were there.
I did his credits again. I was like, he was on Bumbershoot.
I need this tape for
like
for bookings. Like, tape. Come on, bro. That's so wild.
Yeah,
that's so wild.
That's the farthest I think I've gone for like a free show. Yeah,
gotcha.
I have a decent one. You're friends with Roger, right?
Lozola?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know, just a Friday night. I did the Royal Bear down in Auburn.
Yeah.
And that room is like, I think I've told this story on the pod before, but it's still so funny to me where we got there and there was 4 people in the room. Like it was me and Mike DeVore and Roger, I think.
Mike DeVore.
Yeah.
Never heard that name in a while.
I know. He's really fat too.
He's fatter than me.
Yes. I think. I mean, I haven't weighed him, but I should have done that when he came on the podcast.
If he was going to lose more weight than me, that would be a hat trick, I think.
A difficult task.
That'd be a difficult task.
Yeah. So Roger comes in to the Royal Bear and Skippy introduces him to Jose, the chef or the cook at the Royal Bear.
Why? Because he's Mexican as well.
Yeah,
that's why I can see Skip and doing that. She's like, hey, he's also a Mexican guy. Like,
and
inappropriate, Skip.
Roger during his set, he's like, when I got here, Skippy introduced me to Jose, and I said hello, Jose, and Jose said hello. And I'm pretty sure Skippy just introduced me because we were both Mexican.
Man, I knew that was going before that. It's just like, here we go.
Did
Skippy
he do that to you? Like,
just introduce me to a random black dude.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this guy, this is Keith, he
also a
works here.
black
Like,
person.
no.
I like putting colors together.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
And never mind. I'm not gonna get into there, man. It's funny. That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you said that's the farthest you went for a free show?
Yeah.
Just the Royal Bear?
Like, from here, that's like with traffic, hour 10, hour
For sure,
15.
For sure.
What about you?
That's cute, man. Oh, I drove to Burbank, California.
What the fuck?
To be on Flappers, right? Like that's like Yahoo room.
That's like, isn't that the like notoriously the bringer club of LA?
Probably. I don't know. I just wanted to, showcase there because that's the type of psycho I am. So my girlfriend at the time, I actually had one parked over here when I drove in. Is a Chevy Aveo, bright orange, 4-door manual, everything. No AC.
Yeah.
We drove during the summer, during the fires, through Reading all the way down there.
Fuck.
I did like 7 minutes. And when I got there to the club, I was like, hey, my name. And they're like looking at the list and they're like, you're not on here. I'm like, you sure, bro? Like, I did this. He turned the page. He goes, oh, okay, you got the 7-minute spot. And people around me were like, oh, the 7-minute spot. I was like, oh, that must be a big deal. It was like one of the weirdest places I've ever been.
That's where David works now, right?
Yeah. I almost I keep meaning to go down there, but
David York. He's a fucking great bartender, better dude, and he
he's a great guy.
I think he listens too. I'm not sure if he's still listening, but he has checked out a lot of the episodes with you.
Oh,
and
nice.
And
he's a great.
Miss that dude.
Yeah, he used to be the bartender over at Laughs Comedy Club, and
he was funny as shit too. He did comedy. I don't think he's doing it anymore, but
he had to go at it. Yeah.
So did you end up getting anything out of the Burbank thing?
Oh no, man, never heard anything there. And I was there for less than 24 hours, man. I slept on somebody's couch. We woke up like in the morning and just drove back.
Man,
yeah, it was like an 18-hour drive, I think. No, it was like 16 hours both ways. So for 7 minutes, free comedy, I did that shit. Just like, great. Yeah, we'll never do it again. But
was it fun at all?
Yeah, it was a good trip, man.
Yeah,
like, my girlfriend's cool. Like that's how just be trapped in a car with like no music, no AC,
no music,
burning heat. Because like just had like
this
the
is
local
your
radios.
Current girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was with me for a while, but she's a soldier. We didn't fight the whole time. She was just a good travel companion. So
nice.
It worked out. Normally a trip like that, you'll hate the person you're with.
Yeah.
The other time. It's like, man, you farting all day. Stop eating these fucking beans. I told you, gas station beans, dog.
Dude,
man,
I'd eat some gas station beans.
I know you would. I can see it in your face.
What is it about beans that you like so much?
Well, I don't even eat that many, but I think I need to start eating more because it just gives you a little energy. It gives you a lot of energy when you eat beans. It's like a good kick from that.
Yeah, most marathon runners, when they're about to go do 26 miles, are like, yo, give me a can of refried beans. I'll smash that first.
What type of beans are we talking about?
I don't know. I had some enchiladas earlier, and I felt pretty good after. That's really what this...
black beans?
I don't know.
Say that wasn't an answer. He said, what kind of
beans? Some kind of beans. I think they were
he just brought up a different food.
Yeah.
The enchilada had beans in the enchilada.
What color were they?
It was great. They had the green sauce on them.
No,
the beans. I think they were refried. They were like a lighter brown,
Light brown, kind of like mushy, like mashed
potato. Yeah, mashed up. Yeah, I think they were mashed up, so it's hard to say. I don't think it's a pinto.
Isn't it like the lighter pinto?
Isn't pinto like? I thought that was like the green.
No, pinto is.
You think refried beans are green beans?
No, I thought the pinto beans are the green.
Oh, okay.
Beans.
No, I was like, that's.
Dude, this is how every fucking conversation I have with him goes, where it's like I'm trying to make a point and it's just 15 minutes to get to the actual thing, and then I get there, I'm like, this wasn't even important anyway.
Hey, if you stayed up on your beans, we could.
I just know those are the beans they have at Chipotle.
Okay,
pinto beans, the like lighter ones.
Yeah, and there's like 6 different beans in America. They're not. You've run into them. You should know what they are.
But I don't know. What do you mean by they give you energy?
They give you a lot of energy when you eat beans. Like it just, I don't know.
There's not carbohydrates in beans.
No,
there are carbohydrates in beans. Yeah, I'm type 1 diabetic. I got to test for it all the time.
Thank you, Greg.
You don't. First off, if it's giving you energy, you're not using it. What are you doing with this energy that you got? What are you doing?
Well, I went from not moving in my chair to pacing around. So
I guess
there's some exercise, which I've been told I need. by
A lot of people,
by
yeah.
mostly you, but a couple other people.
We had to
too.
have a serious conversation about this.
No. That's not what happened. Is we were having conversation, and you're like, Quinn, we need to have this conversation also.
Yeah.
You're fat. Stop being so fat. That was kind of the whole conversation.
Well, I mean,
It's a fair point.
yeah,
But-
and I misspoke. Beans do have carbohydrates in them, but they also have like a shitload of fiber and protein.
That's
For
good.
sure.
Yeah, it's good
So
stuff.
like,
Yeah.
but that's why you fart all the time, fatty. It's
so you say
the
so here's the
fiber
thing.
when
But if I don't eat that stuff,
Yeah.
then I'm just getting all my stuff from carbs. Then I'm not. And maybe I won't fart, but then I'm just gonna keep the weight also. So here's the: do I fart and lose weight, or not fart?
you look at it like your only diet option is to eat carbohydrates or tremendous amounts of beans.
So
And
far,
there's
That's kind of
more.
yeah.
and
like-
pace around energy.
It's
I like that energy.
I feel like there's better things you could use to get more energy to do more than pace
I
around.
drink Red Bull sometimes.
yeah,
I
that
saw that.
seems to make it worse for sure. Carbonated
Yeah.
shit definitely.
Red
That's
Bull's
what
not
I didn't.
carbonated.
Sugar, all kinds of
Damn it,
shit.
I
Yo,
wanna
where's
punch you in the balls sometimes.
So it's not carbonated.
Red
is there a
Bull's
Red Bull?
carbonated.
Red
Yeah.
Bull's not
There
carbonated
is.
at all.
Is there Red
Is
Bull
Red
in
Bull
here?
carbonated?
There's a Red Bull here, right?
Give me
Yeah.
the give me
Let's
the
look
Red
at
Bull.
the. I'll break down the nutrition facts for you, bro.
It's not carbonated.
God, I hate these fucking conversations so much.
Man, so fucking man. That's funny. I like this shit. I like tension between friends.
I build a lot of tension in everyone I know. it
Carbonated
seems.
water. That's the first one.
Let me see this.
Carbonated water.
Is it really?
Now watch him just be like, oh, it's
Wait,
not
wait,
actually
wait.
carbonated.
It
I'll
does-
shake it so the
It
carbs
says
are out.
first ingredient
Let me
on
say
there. What
that
does it read?
When I drink Red Bull, it's never once been fizzy. So this can't be.
Oh my, let me see that. Let me see that.
Let's
It's
Literally,
never
if
once
you
been
open that
fizzy.
right now, it's going to make a popping sound and
So-
fizz.
It's a can. It makes a
29
popping
carbohydrates.
sound.
That's all sugar. That's all that is. Liquid sugar.
Yeah. There's a lot of sugar, a lot of caffeine.
No protein. Yes, I guess you get some vitamins. I guess,
Yeah, vitamin
Yeah.
B.
but mostly just caffeine and sugar, bro. This is not healthy.
I
Taurine.
didn't say it was healthy. You asked if what else gave me energy. I said
Yeah.
Red Bull.
But what do you do with the energy that you get?
Oh, I like for a stand up and for like kind of juicing up energy, and then I do some riding and stuff because the other, like that kind of stuff. Just general like having motivation and energy, all that stuff.
It's helped him in his dating life.
Actually, it kind of has a little, yeah.
Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
talk about that
No.
at all?
Oh my God.
What? You
Come
can't just
on,
not
let's
bring it
just-
up. How's the dating life, man?
Let's go in
No,
there a
let's
little
not-
bit.
Okay, let's say I'll say this much.
You can say it without saying it.
Yeah.
That's your fucking
let's say
normal
it.
job anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, pull a hat trick.
Comedy.
and
Oh.
just
I normally just say the thing though. Yeah.
describe this
Before
situation.
I'll give you a second to think about this.
Okay. I hooked up with this lady.
Okay,
and,
hold-
He didn't mean to breathe
Dude,
like a literal
Think
second.
about it
Yeah.
for a second.
Okay.
God
Form it out,
damn
man.
it.
you go from being very literal to being very figurative on a dime.
Okay. Move that so that the camera can actually see your face. And then also, I got to say this. If you've enjoyed this episode so far and you're watching us on YouTube, make sure and hit the like button, subscribe button, and notifications bell so you don't miss our content. If you have any questions for Greg or Quinn, throw them in the comment section and I'll work with them to get them answered, or any for me, do the same. Liking, subscribing, and commenting and hitting that notifications bell helps us with the YouTube algorithm so that new people can find our show. God, I ran out of steam on that. Take us out on this episode with this story.
Please let it be a good story, man.
I hooked up with this lady after a show, and she right before we're about to hook up, like literally we're like hammered, we're both naked, we're like making out, and then she's like, by the way, I have a boyfriend. That was like her thing. And she's like, I got a boyfriend, and I was like, I'm like 8 drinks in and already naked, and so I was like, okay, and I don't.
Stay in the camera.
This looks like a confession if I look at the camera. I can't do that.
Keep your face in the camera. You don't have to look directly at it. But yeah. Make sure it's.
Yeah, you can look at the people you're telling the story to.
That's the
fine.
thing. Yeah,
stay in
well,
frame.
I'm telling the story to you two though. I'm
Yeah, I
not
got you.
telling the camera.
Okay, sorry. Let me back up, man.
This-
8 drinks in.
Yeah.
You guys are both
Yeah, so we
tipsy.
fucked.
She's birthday.
Yeah,
boyfriend.
Yeah, we fucked, and then the next day,
How
she's
was
like,
it, by the way?
"Oh, it was fun. It was really fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good time." And then I felt bad the next day, but I was hammered, and
You felt really bad.
I did.
You
Yeah,
called me about it.
yeah.
I was like, as someone with plenty of experience.
yeah, I hadn't done anything like that before, or since. Like, it's not really a thing I was proud of, but it was cool. Like at the moment, it was
Yeah.
cool. And then I felt bad, but she was like, "Yeah, don't tell such and such. Don't tell anyone." Something like that. And then that was weird. And then I told you and like 2 other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, he was having like a fucking anxiety.
I was having like
attack,
an
too.
identity crisis. I felt like
Yeah.
so.
Well, you felt bad, which is normal. I mean,
Yeah. No, I felt
because it
terrible.
was out of character for you, and
very
like
much, yeah.
it was like you had to make that decision in a split section. Are you going to be like the right person or?
Yeah, and if she had told me that when I was like sober or at least less drunk, I would have been like, "Oh, let's,
Yeah.
not
All right,
do
so-
this."
It was past the point of return. Or-
Yeah,
here are my questions for you right
yeah.
now. Let me get them all out, then you can answer them
Okay, yeah.
in order if whatever you remember. Number 1, do you hook up after shows a lot? If you do, what is your process? How you pulling these women? Is this person like in the scene, or is this like a rando?
I don't do it a lot. That's the only time that's happened actually, where it's like after, or actually it wasn't even after a show. I met her after a show, and then later she's like, "Let's meet up and get drinks and whatever." And then that was pretty much like, we met up. She bought me all my drinks. She had like a lot of money, and
So it sounded like she was trying to, like, this was a plan.
Yeah,
like she was planning this. This is
I came to a bar that was like near my place, and like it was a whole, like, it was she had very clear intent.
So you got set up, man. That's
I
what
got
you're
set
saying.
up,
Yeah.
but
So there's additional layers to this.
There's a
that
lot
we can tell you off mic.
Okay, I'll do that.
Make
before,
it
but
just
yeah,
even
I'll
funnier.
drop names off mic. Yeah,
Nice,
I don't
that's what's
care
up.
about that.
That's hilarious.
We just there is a imminent threat still, so we don't want him to get too.
Less so. I think some stuff has changed, but
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Do you know the boyfriend? That was the other question.
Yes,
I do.
Oh, see, that's
Which is
Not
weird.
not
Well,
from
here-
a place of like.
I had seen the guy earlier, and I assumed they were boyfriend girlfriend, but then later she's like
okay.
buying me drinks and stuff, and I'm like,
that's fine. That's fine. That's not.
Maybe they're friends.
That's not on
he's
you, man.
so much
Yeah.
bigger than Quinn.
Yeah,
though.
that's not
Oh,
on you.
It's
yeah.
like he
don't feel bad.
honestly is like
he could kill me so easily.
it is amazing.
So easily. You'd be surprised who were surprisingly weak. A lot of people can't fight.
That's a fair point. He's very.
I mean,
he's
you
very-
are more dense than we thought.
That's true.
I owe you $5. Don't
Yeah.
forget.
He wasn't. Yeah, he's only 4 pounds denser than I thought he was. I was pretty close. I was like, man, you're
Pretty on
you're
point,
about
yeah.
that, man.
Do you
Pretty
hook up
important.
after shows?
No, dude.
Because you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. And
Yeah.
plus, man, even if I didn't have a girlfriend, I have like rules. I would like, would never hook up with another comic.
Oh,
Do my
not a
best to
comic.
like not do that, because that's always gonna be messy. It could always
Yeah.
get weird. And then I don't
Tell
know.
that to fucking Luke.
Oh, I do all the time. Like, I can't believe you're with a comic, bro. Like, yeah, but that's just my personal
I
shit.
was
Do
the
your
one
own
that
thing.
fucking set that up, actually.
Did you?
Really?
Oh, nice.
I
Man.
mean, not
How did you
like
set that up?
exactly, but
Actually, I don't care. It's fine. We don't need to talk about Luke, man.
yeah,
Talked
it's
to that guy enough.
it well, he just came on the last episode, so I don't mind saying it, but it I'm glad that worked out. But what were the other so you don't hook up after shows?
Not really. No, I kind of just want to like do my spot and then like go home and like write or watch TV and like get high. Like
I like how you said that. Like, you're like, of course I have the option. We all do. We're all comics. Like, I have my pick of who I want in the crowd.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what?
they
I'm
line
just gonna
up.
go
I
home.
say no, thank you, and I go home.
Gonna play some games, eat some leftover pizza from work, maybe throw some beans on that bitch.
After the show experience is like the best part of comedy.
It is
Like when
yeah.
a show's done and you fucking like I was down in Tacoma last weekend, I think. May have been 2 weekends ago.
Was that
But
Big
like,
J?
yeah, Big J.
Nah,
And,
how was
like,
that, man? I wanted to
it
go
was-
one of those shows, but I was like busy and
It
shit.
was fucking rad. Like he was super cool. But I stayed at the Holiday Inn at Nate's Club just because I didn't want to. I've done that like Friday, like drive down there with traffic. Like,
yeah.
it's honestly, it's 2.5 hours just getting down there. And it's by the time you get down there, then you're there for 7 hours. So it's like, fuck this. So I got a hotel down there, and just sitting there, like when I go to Spokane and do like shows there and do the hotel, the day after a show where you're like, I don't have anything to do until fucking 7 o'clock tonight. And you're just sitting like a total piece of shit drinking coffee in a hotel room, and like,
It's the
you know,
best.
you don't have to do anything at all. That's the best part of comedy.
Shit gets boring though, man. It's like, especially if you're there for like 3 days and you're like, all right, man, I need to go check out the city. Yo, so I'll try to bring like a Switch or a PSP or something to play when I'm out.
PSP.
Man. I just bought one, man, the other day because
is it the new one or the old PSP?
Old one, man, the original.
Oh, those are nice. So, yeah, those are cool.
Is it
like
solid still?
Yeah, still dope.
Hell
Dope.
yeah.
So
Fuck yeah. Well, guys, we're at like an hour. That's what we shoot for with this. Before we go, anything you want to plug, like your social media, or where can people find you guys?
right, all my social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it's all Greg Beachler, and TikTok, just GREGBEA, Beach, like going to the beach, LER. I think I have a show on April 14th. Let me see where that's at real quick. You can cut this out, right? This is terrible. I should have been more
No, you're
prepared.
You should leave it in. It's like
I like it. It's natural.
Good. This is
candid.
The 10
All right.
car is the one.
So this comes out the 7th, right? So April 14th, I'll be at the L&M Firehouse with Narn Van and Lynette Manning.
I've heard this is a
Okay.
great room. I've heard good. Like it's a fun room.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good too. So
Where is that?
Good question. Not Everett. Orting, Washington. So if you're in, is it
Okay.
Orton or Orting?
I've never heard of
idea.
it.
Me
No
either.
idea.
Orton, Washington. Go check it out,
Man,
guys.
I can't believe how many little corners
Yeah.
of Washington there are that I've done
It's so
comedy.
crazy.
It's
I would
so
guess
nuts.
it's south, somewhere south. Just
Yeah,
the
it's
comments.
probably south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Quinn?
Well, I got that show on April 7th at Tony V's Garage here in
I think
Everett.
this comes out before that. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It might come
All
out
right.
on the 11th.
Well, guys, remember back on the 7th, I was doing a show then, and I wish I could have made
It
it.
would have been really good if you came out.
Yeah, it's a fun show. And so we got that going on April 7th, Tony V's Garage. Josh Firestein's closing it out. And socials, I'm on Instagram, Q Fitz Comedy. Fitz is Fitz. It's all one word, lowercase. And I'm on TikTok too, I think, because Q Fitz Comedy. So
Fuck yeah. And
check that out.
Vanessa Dawn is going to be on that show.
Yeah, Vanessa Dawn and Jack Slattery are the other two comics.
So
on it.
Jack has been on this podcast before, and Vanessa's going to be on next episode. So
Yeah, really
make sure to
solid
go
comics.
check out that show if you can. And if you can't go to the show, follow Comedy Garage on Facebook if you're in the area or just want to help us out. Thank you for everybody listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure and rate and review us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. As always, follow us on Instagram at FNFpod. We're going to leave you with Jaga.
I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. Welcome to my wave pool, my wave pool. 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 Welcome to my wave pool, my wave pool.